did you get your SAG card? What year?
I got my SAG card probably. I did a movie called Blood and Bones with Michael J. White, and I forgot the year, but around the same year that I did a movie, The Wrestler, with Mickey Rourke. So, I got my SAG card then, so since then I've done about maybe 4 or 5 movies. I like doing the movie stuff, acting, but it take a lot of time. And when I say take a lot of time preparing for your role, you really have, I see now you really have to, it's mental. It's not physical where you just read lines and you remember. You got to really feel the line. You got to really understand the part that you're about to play.
Who's the best? Who's the best wrestler turned actor then? Aside
me,
from yourself.
Of course.
Aside from yourself.
Me, come on, bro. Let's talk about that. Let's talk about that. Right.
Let's do it.
You name one wrestler that was in the movie that you thought did pretty well.
Do you know what? They Live. Roddy Piper. I love that one.
Roddy Piper did well, but what kind of role did Roddy Piper play in that to make you remember that?
Mostly.
Was he a star? Was he full time? Was he at the beginning of the movie or at the end?
He was the star. Full time. Have you never seen They Live?
I did, but I just wanted to make sure you see it. Cause at 23 years old, I don't even think he was alive when they shot that movie.
In fairness, I was 1 when they shot that film.
Oh, okay. All right. See, now let's talk about this. Was that film nominated for any kind of awards?
No.
No. Hell no. Hell no. Ain't no. Hell no. Now let's think about The Wrestler. You know how many, we was not just nominated for awards. We was up for the best movie of the year. And we still classified as one of The Wrestler, the movie itself is classified as one of the best movies ever made in Hollywood. Mm-hmm. And think about this. I was in the movie. I was just not somebody in the ring. Darren Aronofsky, who is one of the top, he did The Black Swan. He did a lot of movies. He was the director. At the time, he motivated me to do my part. The way he did it was so smart. He looked at me and he said, Ernest, okay, it's time for you to shoot the part where Mickey was going to come off the rope and people were going to feel sorry for him. And he jumped and the movie went dead. The movie ended with him in hair. Coming down on me, wrestling me. But Darren said, hey, Ernest, if people don't believe you care about this guy, that's going to mess up the whole movie because the last thing they're going to see is your part. So if they do not believe you care in this part right here, the movie's going to flop. So I will put on it. So this me talking to Mickey, hey, Mickey, don't do it. We gave him enough. Stop. You're going to kill yourself in the ring. Don't do it. Please don't do it. Bro, that's acting. I carried the whole movie. I should have been the best actor of the year, not just the best wrestler actor. I'm the greatest.
That's the spirit. Do you know, because you brought up The Wrestler, right? We got so many questions about the wrestlers. So we might as well start there. And I'm going to read some fan questions out to you. So I haven't got my glasses on as of usual, so I'm going to be squinting a lot. But Imperial Spy has asked, what was it like working on the movie The Wrestler, and what were your favourite memories from it?
Man, let me tell you, it was fun working on. I was doing, I was fine. I had been in a few movies before, but I kind of played myself. It's like, okay, in Blood and Bones, I played a guy just out of, let me knock on wood, just out of jail. I've never been to jail before, but I played a guy just out of jail, and I would just beat up a guy. That was my part in the movie. But this movie right here, I had lines, I had things I had to do. I had marks I had to make. I had all kinds of stuff, man, that I learned doing this movie. So this whole movie was just me learning the business. And I had some of the greatest teachers around. What most people didn't know, when I first got there, they brought me in for the part, to read for the part of the Ayatollah. The guy that was playing Ram was Nicolas Cage. Nicolas Cage was at that part. But because of the tough work in the ring that we had to do, if you ever been in a wrestling ring, just falling down and putting work in, trying to learn the match. Nicolas Cage said that this was too hard of a movie for him to do. And Darren thought he was kind of soft. Darren Aronofsky thought he was kind of soft. So they sent him packing. I don't know who fired who or if he just walked out. But then the next day, Mickey Rourke walked in. And when Mickey Rourke walked in, I looked at him. I was like, man, this guy looked good for the part. He looked like a beat up wrestler. He looked like DDP.
Sorry,
but I said he looked good, man. He looked good. He looked the part. Then when we started talking, he was able to talk like a wrestler, like he had been grinding. He had had a hard, not a hard life, but he looked like he'd have spent some time doing some hard work, you know. And when he got in the ring, not that he could do every move, he wanted to do everything himself. They said, no, we got stunt double. He said, no, let me do this. Let me do that. So just working with the crew that wanted to make I think the crew itself, and this was the best part, being around people who just didn't want to say they was the best. They wanted to give the best material out there. So that's why you got the wrestler, because everybody there wanted to win, wanted this movie to be the best movie ever made.
It's because Mickey Rourke had a lot riding on it as well, because it was essentially his comeback film after quite a few years in the wilderness.
The best part of that, Mickey didn't know it was a comeback. It was just a job for Mickey. It went from when we had Nicolas Cage, it was about I think a $50 million to $60 million movie. Cause him and his family were gonna do the production work.
Yeah.
But when he left, the movie dropped to a $5 million budget. $5 million. The insurance was hard. The bonding was hard to get because, like you said, Mickey had a reputation. And when Mickey came on set, one of the things the insurance company that insured the movie asked us to do, asked Darren to do, to get them bonded, to get the insurance, they needed to hire someone who kept his eyes on Mickey the whole time he was there. So wherever Mickey went, this guy had to just follow him. Now you sit and watch that all the time. He just followed. Then they call him, hey, where's Mickey? Oh, he's in his dressing room. What is he doing? Knock on his door, see what he's doing. He was like Scott Steiner when we came to Australia and people found at the border he had been arrested so many times that they were like, no, we ain't gonna let him in. But WCW needed him in. He was one of the top guys. So what they had to do is they had to hire security, a special security over there that followed Scott Steiner around everywhere until he left Australia. So
it was like it was like Goldberg then. So it was like he's got security. It's not for Goldberg. It's for everybody else.
Goldberg got security because it was a picture. It made him look good, made him look mean. These guys really needed security to protect the world from them.
I was going to say quite a couple. Excuse me. A few people have asked if you actually had any hand in the training of Mickey himself.
Oh man, listen! He had a match with me. Do you think I was going to let somebody else train him? Mm-hmm. No. If you know wrestling, it takes two guys to make a match. So we actually had a match, and some of the stuff I'm going to tell you a particular part. In the movie, it was a part to where I beat up the referee and then Mickey came and threw me out the ring, right? He came and threw me out the ring. And I'm on the outside of the ring. And then this moment, the spot was he was going to run, hit the rope, and dive over the top rope down onto me, down on the floor. So to practice this spot. Now think about it. It's scary. This is a scary move to make. I don't know how many of your fans been in the ring, but to hit the rope and dive over the rope head first down to someone below on the floor is very hard. And so Mickey wanted to do that himself. That's what he wanted to do. So the whole time we'll go hit, boom, they throw me over the rope. I'll be on the outside. And I said, Mickey, what you got to do is hit the rope. But now all you got to do is clear the top rope and come down to me, and I'll catch you, safely finish the move. But it's scary. So Mickey hit the rope, and he came, and he stopped. He wouldn't go over. I kept saying, so he was like, man, I'll get it. I said, yeah, you got to get it. So he hit the rope again. In practice, he couldn't do it. He could not do it. So I didn't know how it was going to work out, once we started shooting. So the day of the shoot, he had never finished that. The day of the shoot, we were getting ready to go over the match, how we were going to do it. They set the camera up. Then they said, okay, we're ready for the big spot. So I pulled Mickey to the side as we were going down. I said, Mickey, all you got to do is clear the top rope, and I got you from there. I'm going to catch you and make sure you safely, everything is safe. So I'm waiting for that spot. They hit me, I hit the referee, I hit Mickey. They throw me outside the ring. I'm fussing with it, and I'm waiting for Mickey to hit the rope, to turn around, because you don't want to be looking right at him. You want to act like it's a surprise. So I saw Mickey take off for the other side. So when he took off for the other side of the ring to hit the rope, and I saw his feet coming across the ring, and I'm just waiting. I'm just looking. I said, hope he make this, because it's dangerous. If you don't, he can get caught into the rope. But let me tell you, when I saw his DDP looking face coming over that top rope, come on. Then I saw his shoulder clear the ropes. I said, we got it. I just caught him in my hand, laid him across me, laid him down. Then I hit the rail and flipped all around like he had just murdered me with this move. Now, when they said cut, everybody went crazy, because they knew how hard that was. And they didn't. And Mickey is not very athletic. He's older, right? Mm-hmm. He's not. His body is not athletic anymore, So when he did it, man, it was over. It was just my spot. I went to get dressed, and I heard somebody bang on my door. Boom, boom, boom. Mickey walked in. He was all happy. He said, bro, you are smart. He said, man, thanks, man. That made me feel so good. He said, anything, man, do you need an agent? Anything you need, I got you. He was just so overwhelmed with gratitude and respect for me, and the way I took him into my hand and protected him. And I told him, but that's what we do every match. Think about it. Think about how many matches a wrestler have in WCW, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, dark match. Think how many wrestling matches we have where we got to be that safe with the other guy. Mm-hmm. So that was the best part. So I helped Mickey do that, and if you ever talk to Mickey, he forget a lot. So I helped Mickey do that, and I was his best friend. He really loved me in the movie. So I knew for sure when he was up there talking about me accepting the award that he got at the Academy Award, the award they got, knew he was going to say my name.
Good man. Just very quickly as well, how long did it actually take to film the climactic match? Because I know it was like during a Ring of Honor event, so you sort of like came on halfway through, didn't you?
It wasn't. It wasn't. Had nothing to do with the Ring of Honor. It had nothing to do with the match. It was a full shoot day,
right? And
they just we shot in that same place, right? But it had nothing to do. When we shot that match, the audience was
were they all extras? Yeah,
right. They were extras. So when we shot that, so we had nothing to do with the Ring of Honors.